it was a lot easier to take that 20,000 and build into assets than it was to have a wedding.
And be in debt.
Because at your wedding, majority of the people there, with the exception of a few, is probably going to be betting that you're not going to make it. They probably think your girl is ugly or you are ugly. They probably feel like this wedding wasn't good enough for them. There's so many
haters, bro.
Jay, what's happening, y'all? We back. Shout out to the Hustle Lounge podcast. By Hustle Smarter.
What we talking about today, though, man? What's on your mind?
Man, now you gonna say we gonna freestyle it and go there. I tell you what, let's talk about it. I seen a meme that actually your wife posted. Shout out to Mara. She said them courthouse marriages be lasting.
Shout out to the shorty, man.
Shout out to that. So, I think let's talk about that because I'm not one to speak on things that I don't live.
Oh yeah, I was a courthouse marriage for sure.
Me too.
2013.
How much was yours?
Shit, I don't remember that.
My shit was like $113.75.
Shit, you need to go get married in New York, boy. I don't think mine cost that much. I don't think mine cost that much, bro.
So, I think, so can we say that weddings aren't necessary?
Hell no, they ain't necessary.
Why?
Because you spend all that money being dead. For what? For some pictures? Some videos? You can have the same amount of thing and save a bunch of money to have the same pictures and videos that everybody gonna remember. You want to have a lavish wedding because that's a society norm. Everybody grew up. Facts. Society norm. You see everybody growing up having a big old lavish wedding. They got these TV shows, Sweet 16s that be having all this money spent. But really behind that, that's the network paying for all of this to get y'all to believe this is what they paying for. But they really not. They getting sponsored for all of this. But now when you want to do it, you paying out your pocket. You in debt for your wedding 10 years later. You still paying for a wedding that happened 10 years ago.
Woo, 10 years.
10 years, bro.
That's tough. People don't even make it to the 10 years.
Exactly. And they still paying for the wedding after they got a divorce.
That's the part that nobody talks about.
Right.
How many weddings, and respectfully, politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
We want every wedding to last forever.
Every wedding or every marriage?
Every marriage.
Correct.
See, that's the thing. Society already said.
Mm-hmm.
Every wedding to last forever.
Right.
The wedding is only a moment. The
correct.
Is supposed to be for
a moment in time. Right.
The wedding is only for a moment. Normally
right.
6 hours because normally you can't afford to go longer than 6 hours.
Exactly. You can't rent the joint no longer than 6 hours.
The marriage is supposed to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Most people only live off of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people out here are prepared for a wedding and not necessarily a marriage.
Correct.
So the beauty of a quote-unquote courthouse marriage, a courthouse wedding, is that normally speaking, those two parties, man and woman, are prepared to be married and not have a wedding.
Correct.
Woo! When we starting off on fire.
Yeah, they want to be married. Right, they want to have a video with the pictures in the house saying, this is my wedding. This is my wedding dress. How much the wedding dress cost? Yeah. $8,000 for a wedding dress that you going to wear one time and put in the closet.
Granted. So let me ask you this. Let's first talk about ourselves and then let's talk about because ultimately, shout out to the Hustle Lounge podcast. Oh, that's us.
Oh, that's us. You know what I'm saying? Get this Hustle Lounge merch. You know what I'm saying?
We always try to. It is an opinionated, factual conversation.
Right.
I don't have. Shout out to Chris. Chris is on family vacation. Everybody deserves.
Shout out to Hustle Gang.
Hustle Gang. He normally is my fact finder. He normally pulls
right.
the facts because he's really into that. I think I'm more nerdier than him, but some of them facts I really be like, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you think of it that way, there are facts to show, and I know the facts off the top of my head, but let's just use our transparency. Let's just use our personal example to talk about why weddings and marriage are two different things. So ultimately, the wedding is the start of the marriage. But some people only have a memory of a great wedding and a terrible marriage.
Facts. So
let me ask you this, CO.
What's up?
Well, how long you been married?
Shit, going on 10 years. Shout out, baby.
When the 10-year mark?
Shit, June. June next year. June 25th, man. Some try to play me, man. I know.
June 25th?
Correct.
What year?
2013.
So next year be 10.
Correct.
You about to hit 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you plan on having a wedding now that you know that the marriage has worked?
No, we're not gonna have a wedding. We're gonna have a reception, kind of like a party. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Diddy, but kind of like a little party. I don't say we're gonna have a wedding. We just gonna kind of mimic certain things of a wedding.
So you're gonna have a reception in a nice location with close friends, family and friends.
Correct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do.
When you met wifey,
Yeah.
how did you have the discussion to say, babe, we're not ready for a wedding, but I'm ready to marry you and go to the next step? How did that go?
We didn't have a discussion.
Okay, so tell me how that go, because people don't know. People think that we wake up one day and just say, "Yo, let's just do it this way." Or,
so
sometimes there is some backlash, right?
Yeah.
Keep it.
So straight up, this is early Air Force 2013. She know I was leaving, and I want her to come with me. I didn't want to leave her in Philly or New York. Right, I didn't want to leave in Philly or New York, so we got married. We got the quick wedding, quick courthouse marriage.
So let me write the facts down. You got married before you joined the Air Force.
Correct.
Okay, and because you didn't want to leave her where she was at,
right,
and you didn't want to go through the trouble of getting her to where you was going.
Correct.
Okay. So for every listener that's listening, when you're in the military, sometimes you move faster than you should.
Right.
But 9 years later, it shows that it was the right move.
Correct. Courthouse wedding.
How long was together before you got married?
Shoot, about 2 years.
Okay. Any kids?
Yeah, I had my son. My son's already born.
Before you joined?
Correct.
Okay, so you was together 2 years with a child before you joined. Okay.
Correct.
So was that reason for you joining, wife and kid, or was you just joining regardless of what?
Man, I'll be honest with you. After I graduated college 2013, shout out to Penn State. You already know. I wanted to chill. I wanted to chill at the crib for like a couple months, because I'm like, man, I've been in school my whole life. I wanted to relax, and Pops was like, hell no, you ain't gonna chill at my house.
Gotta keep going.
Right, so I graduated on a Friday. On a Monday, I wake up, he like, get dressed. I'm like, all right. He took me to the recruiter office. Straight, right?
Did you want to get dressed?
Yeah, ain't tell me nothing. We went to recruiter office. And then I'm like, what we doing here? He like, yo, you ain't staying in my house. You got a kid? You ain't about to freeload. So then started the process, and then I joined.
Okay. But ultimately, and it's just for viewer purposes, we never had this discussion though. Without Myra and C3, do you still join?
No.
You tell Pops to kick rocks and you figure it out.
Yeah, I had a job though. I was working at a laboratory.
Doing what?
Specimens. So I was testing like
PP watching.
Nah, hell no. I was getting, it's like after you do blood work and you send it to the lab to get tested.
Yep.
So I would get the labs after people, do the blood work, and they bring it to us. And then we'll put it on the centrifuge, and we'll spin the blood and separate, coagulate, all of that, and then put it in a machine, and it will tell you like, yeah, if you got the herpes, the HIV, chlamydia, and we'll let you know the results. So I had a decent job. I was straight. So, but I'm like,
it wasn't going to make it.
Nah, right. It wasn't going to put me where I wanted to be, because my bachelor's wasn't even in science, bro, or laboratory, no medical, criminal justice.
So we're going to not get into that, but we're going to talk about how college is a scam.
Scam, big scam.
All right, but go ahead, keep going. You went to the recruiter's office, had a baby, you had an old lady, 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you did the courthouse wedding.
Correct.
Before you joined.
Correct.
Because ultimately, if you're listening, you wanted all the benefits to kick in from day one. There's no need to wait.
Right.
Because you're going to be with her family.
Correct. And it make no sense. Me spending all this money
that you didn't have.
Correct.
Because if you're in the recruiting office, for the most part, you didn't have no money.
Exactly. I had no money. Not enough so I could be comfortable.
That's the New York him. He was broke.
I wasn't broke. I had enough money, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what's enough money to somebody? What you consider enough money?
You ain't had no money for a wedding.
I know. I didn't.
You had like $200 like?
No, I had a little more than that, bro.
500.
No, I had a little more than that. You know what I mean? So I had like maybe 450, 550, 515 at the time.
500.
Yeah, 2013.
That ain't no money still.
It ain't. To me, it was a lot, bro.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't no money.
And I had my own car. Shoot, boy.
93 Grand Prix or something?
Nah, I had 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix. You know what I'm saying? It was so and everything. That joint got me through a lot of shit. Made the windshield wipers ain't work. The joints would get stuck up. Bro.
The struggle game.
Yeah, but I had an emblem.
So to say that, right, boom, you joined.
Yeah.
You joined because obviously Pops pushed you, but you had a family to provide for.
Mm.
So it wasn't even a wedding option in your situation?
Nah, not at all. It was just something that you want to get it done, get married, so you can come with me to where I was going to go. Because at the time, I didn't know where I was going to end up.
Absolutely.
Right? So I didn't want to leave my son behind or my wife. So I wanted him to be with me. So we had to get married.
Absolutely. So, getting to your first base, 2000, you said 13? June?
Yeah, 13 June.
2013-ish, 2014-ish, wifey and son is with you in Cali, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I think let's just fast forward. Was from let's just go 2014 to today.
Yeah.
Let's go today. Have you had any issues far as I wanted a wedding and didn't have a wedding?
We had talks about it. You know, I think, you know, growing through life and stuff, you see other people have a wedding, friends and stuff like that. You know, it puts the thought like, damn.
I never had one.
Right, I never had one. I didn't give her the wedding she wanted. You know, but that's all by sight, like
It's
hearsay,
all
see
programming.
shade. Correct.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a wedding, you're not really married. But says who? Who won't, like just because you don't walk down the aisle and all of that. You don't got the flowers on the floor. What's the difference? Yeah. What's the difference? You still married. We on paper. All you doing all of that just to sign the same paper that I signed in the courthouse for $100. You know what I'm saying? You spending like $34,000 for a wedding.
How much?
$34,000 for a wedding,
34.
or maybe more.
Yeah. The average is about 25. Well, this was back when I was in school.
Right.
2018, the average was 28,000. Something like 30,000.
For a wedding, and I paid $100 for that same paper that you about to sign.
After all the shenanigans.
Correct. You know what I'm saying?
How did your family take it that you were getting married and didn't have a huge wedding?
Oh, it was cool. Ain't nobody trip on my side. I mean,
That's cool.
ain't nobody trip at all. I mean, you know, I'm probably gonna get some backlash, but I think my mother-in-law, she wanted us to have a wedding. I think. I'm not sure, because me and her never had a discussion, but I feel like...
Mom, reach out to him and let him know he got money now.
I feel like...
Mom, reach out to him and let him know he got money now, Mom.
Man, I feel like if she could have it her way, we would have had a big old wedding. Because, you know, her mom is real cool. I love her. You know what I'm saying? And I think we would have the craziest, legit wedding ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know... For our 10 year, I think we gonna have something fire. Her mom ain't gonna let it go down without it being fire. You know what I'm saying? So, but it ain't gonna be the wedding. You know, we ain't going in debt for it. Everything we gonna pay is cash money, blue faces.
What's your budget?
Shit, hustle smarter budget, baby.
You do that way on the hustle smart. Boy, yeah, it's gonna be right. I'm gonna be the officiating. Awesome.
Yeah, man, but I don't know what the budget is. As long as it got certain main things that she want there,
No doubt.
then I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my kids. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have everything. We're gonna be good. It's gonna be fire. But I was happy with the courtroom, bro.
And that's the moral of the story. You was happy.
Yeah.
So granted, like more, you know, like when we talk about it. So your situation is a little different from mine.
What's your situation? Hold up. What's your situation, bro? How you get married? Why you get married?
Why? I can't. Why is like the craziest thing ever. I mean, ultimately, why did I get married? Right?
You was in love.
Yeah. For
She
sure.
swept you off your feet.
You know, I almost went to prison behind. We ain't gonna talk about that story. Ultimately, it was at the time in my life. You know, everybody always try to put an age on how you live.
Right.
You know, at 21, going into 22. When it came to life, I was wore out.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I had,
At 21, 22?
yeah.
Okay.
I had already been around the whole hood. As far as like, when it came, that's why certain things don't excite me.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I won't say it might not come back when I have a midlife crisis and be
Right,
like,
right.
oh, you know, but whatever. But when I was young in my day, as far as females go, I had my way with whatever. Like, far as I didn't get turned down. I was, you know, obviously I'm attractive.
So you saying you was that guy?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I was that guy, and I didn't even have a bag then. If you ask CB, he'd say I had like $7 in my pocket.
How much you got now though?
Come on, stop. But you know, I never had like those issues, right?
Yeah.
And then going to Japan, being around the world, I had exposure and I lived life more so than the average 20-year-old.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people get married young.
So you experienced more than the average would.
Like when I finally, you know, met Bree and it was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up. And when we made the decision that I was going to hang it up, it was nothing left on the table.
Yeah.
You know, I done everything under the sun that people desire to do, whether I'd done it and it wasn't worth it,
Right.
and it wasn't what it hyped up to be, but I had already done it. So it was like, all that was cool. Like, you know, honestly, it's actually a lot easier to love, support, and inspire and build with one person than it is.
Right. Yeah. Hey, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. All right, so let me ask you this. So when you school Bree, my sister, shout out to Bree, you know what I'm saying? Bro, one coldest nigga ever, you know what I'm saying? But so when you scooped her, right? When you bagged her, brown paper bag, what'd you say?
Man, I don't even remember the game, yo. It was just, we was at a party. She was playing beer pong.
You was like, shit, I can make that for you.
Nah, I don't play beer pong. I don't do that like shit. We went to the club that night though.
Yeah.
And she was, in the corner dancing by herself, one-on-one dance with herself. Shout out
Yeah.
to Man. Me and Man was kicking it.
Yeah.
She was dancing with herself, and I watched like every cat that tried to walk up on her.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to dance behind her. She hit them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They walked off all sad.
Yeah.
And you know I'm all about the challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
So I said, shit, she ain't gonna do that to me.
Right.
Man, they gonna do it. She
Yeah.
did that shit to me, bro.
Yeah.
I walked up on her like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We walked up on her, turned back and like, oh shit. It hit me with the ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah? That's how Shorty hit me with, bro, because I was on and she looked back and she was like, oh, he that dude.
Yeah, I'm that dude.
Yeah.
So after that was the rest was history.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Shit, I gotta ask her the story, bro, because I wonder what she gonna say.
The song was Waka Flocka, girl, the way you do it.
Got me in a trance. Yeah.
So that was what it was. But ultimately, it is what it is. But so that was 2012.
Okay.
But
So we kind of like on the same timeline, kind of. When y'all met. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how you did the courthouse wedding, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Why you elected to do that rather than the wedding?
We was broke.
Straight up.
Yeah, we looked it good.
Mm-hmm.
We had bread, and that's the beauty of it. If you listen to any of my other stories about having paper, we had the paper, but it wasn't sitting still.
Right.
But we had the cash flow coming in to make it happen. I could have literally sat down for 2 months and had a 30 round, 20. My main thing was because at that time where I was just learning credit, debt, and all that good stuff, I was willing to spend the bag and go in debt for it. And
But so why you willing to do that?
I was in the program. I was programmed to
Facts,
everybody
man.
else in America.
Hit that, bro. Come on, man. He's programmed. So America wants you to think.
I only wanted to have a wedding for my family, like my mom and
So they could be there, so they could eat the food, right?
I don't know why they wanted to.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you have a wedding, you got to count per plate. It ain't per person, per plate.
That shit crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That was ultimately the whole decision of the wedding because I never cared about none of that stuff, man.
Right.
I'm ultimately one who is unprogrammed on everything. I make my own rules.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to the wedding, I was just thinking like, mom's gonna come, pop gonna come. My grandfather at the time, my grandfather Jubby, my dad's dad was gonna come. So I was thinking like, all right, do a wedding. So when we narrowed it down, so ultimately the main decision behind not having a wedding, period, was the tradition of the father of the bride pays for the wedding. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to Bree's father. He passed away when she was, I think, 18.
Right.
So that was out the question.
Okay.
Right. Bree's mom and nobody's millionaires on that side. Mm-hmm. Nobody's millionaires on my side. Probably my papa. We'll never know till he leave because the nigga's so tight. Mm-hmm. But there was nobody to reach to get a funnel of money for this event.
Right.
And ultimately, when we came down to it, my mindset was like, if we're going to do it and we're going to spend this paper. It was called destinationweddings.com. I want to say it was not even like...
Where you trying to go? Where you trying to have it there?
But niggas don't have passports. So...
Oh, so you was trying to leave nowhere but America.
The Virgin Islands.
Okay.
They had a great package, 20... Because, like, ultimately, even though I was such the best player ever, the coldest to ever do it, Hall of Fame, first round, my shit in the Raptors, if I ever got married, I used to always say I want to do it on the beach.
Okay.
Toes out, white linen.
Okay.
And that was always my vision. And the one package we found was for 20 people.
Yeah, you was a white linen type of dude, bro. Yeah, you a white linen type.
So it was the package was 20. I don't even think it was 20,000. It was like maybe it wasn't like honestly looking back now that the situation ain't the same. It wasn't shit. It was maybe like 5,000.
Oh, okay.
20 people,
right.
inclusive hotel.
But think about 5,000 to us back then. That's bread, bro.
$5 band.
Yeah.
So at that time, granted, I would have got a deal to only pay $5,000 back in debt because the average wedding costs about $25,000.
Yeah. Right.
But that was the plan. And then it got to the point of the original black household of paying for people to fly out, paying for their hotel because they couldn't make it. So now I'm not only paying for my wedding, but I'm paying for people to be in attendance. Yeah, that's
What you
kind
talking about, bro?
niggas.
You had to pay people to come to your wedding.
Not pay for them, but pay for them. Not pay them to come, but pay for them because they couldn't afford it.
Mm.
Because that's how I'm extravagant.
So I was about to ask you that. How many people you invite is gonna be able to make it to the VI?
So now you think of the next level.
Right.
20 people.
Mhm.
Now I got to narrow down the list to 20 people. So that's
And people gonna be hurt too. You like, why he get invited and I don't get invited? Why she get invited?
You know how I felt about another wedding I wasn't invited to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But at that time, I mean, 20 people was just like,
Mhm.
but I'm just so real that I would have came straight up. See, yo, we met last year. I love you to death. But you didn't make this cut.
Right.
But when I get back from the reception, we're gonna get it cracking.
Right.
'Cause I might would have did a double reception. Like I know everybody ain't coming to Puerto Rico, but
Right.
when I get back to Mexico, everybody at the spot.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that was the main decision. That was the easiest way to defer the conversation. Was
Right.
your father passed, and traditional says the bride's father paid for it.
Mm.
That was the first way to start the conversation. Then we just started looking at the numbers. Like, let's plan it. Bet. Let's plan it. So I propose her birthday, 2015. I just got back from the desert.
Mm.
This was May 30th, 2015. Right, and we kind of chopped it up. Ultimately, 1,000% is, I talked to some family members, and I kind of got the traditional, you better do it this way, if you don't do it this way, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
That shit turned me up.
So let me ask you a question real quick. Did you were you the type to, if her pops was still alive, would you have asked him for his blessing, or that didn't matter to you?
Yeah, he took it back with that one. It's tough, yo. It's always tough to ask a question for something I didn't have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask her moms or anybody
Okay.
because it was like it's my world and everybody living in it.
Right.
If her pops was still breathing, I think absolutely man to man, I definitely just followed that, at least that traditional part.
Right.
If she had the relationship with her pops, because it depends on the situation. If her pops was totally in, and it would have been ultimately along her wishes. 'Cause I would have came to her like, yo, you think I need to ask your pops,
Right.
like for our next step? It really truly depends on the situation. You know, when I met her pops had already been passed away for 3 years, so
Okay.
we talk about it, but it's still emotional. Like, I don't know, like, ultimately, yeah, it's tough because I didn't have to deal with it. Did you have to do it?
Nah, but difference is Shorty Pop still alive, right? But he wasn't in her life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was there for a little bit, and not to put Shorty business out there. My fault, Shorty. But at the end of the day, he wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? And I really ain't like that because he not the one dealing with her wishing he was around. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's taking a toll when your kids is asking to see their granddad. You know what I'm saying? You can't answer a question. You know what I'm saying? So that really bothers me and stuff like that when, me be asking her about,
His side, yeah.
Correct, you know what I'm saying? And she can't really answer, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to ask because he wasn't around, so I didn't respect him enough to ask him. You know what I'm saying?
As you should have.
Right, so.
That's the same, like, if it was a situation like that, like,
yeah.
what are you going to tell me? No? Nigga, you ain't been around.
Yeah, exactly, you know what I'm saying?
And ultimately, I don't know, it's tough because now I got a daughter, so.
Oh, bro, buddy gotta come holler at me.
So you feel?
On God, he gotta come holler at me, bro. I'm not approving nothing. Like, he could be the coolest cat ever, but, like, bro, you want to holler at my daughter? You want to marry her and take care of her the rest of her life? I gotta know you solid.
The thing is, though, like, you can't stop it.
Oh, you think so?
No.
You think so?
If Mia really want to be with.
Oh, yeah, she gonna be, yeah.
You can't stop it.
I can, but I can deter it. Oh, trust me. But yeah, back to the marriage, man. Back to the marriage. Yeah, back to the marriage and weddings. Yeah. Yeah.
You never know where we gonna go.
So ultimately, we both agree that the wedding is not necessary unless you got that necessary income to fund that wedding. Or you only think if you got the money for it, do you think it's still necessary?
Depends on you.
Okay.
I think the money can always go somewhere else.
Oh, for sure. Money can make you more money. But I mean,
when it came to the wedding for us, I proposed May 30th, 2015. Married June 9th. So
yeah, I ain't wasting no time, huh?
Because it got to the point of this is why I say real life shit, and this is where I say nobody from the outside looking in can really understand it.
So wait, Mash, did she know you was gonna propose?
Nah.
I'm tight. Shorty knew it was coming, but she just ain't know when. right? She knew we was gonna get married. She just ain't know when, but she knew it was coming before right. So kind of, for me, it kind of took away like the yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, this was I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell their mother or anybody.
Okay. Y'all went out. You did like public setting.
It was her birthday. Might have to clip the video in.
Okay. Okay.
I had shout out to the editor. He shot
for sure.
I was in the desert in Jordan.
Okay.
So I was in Jordan, and Amon bought the ring off Zales, sent it to my man Joey Hallhouse, my old supervisor, my old mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it to his crib, picked it up when I got back, planned the birthday dinner for Bree out at a spot called Las Brisas, is like a Texas Ruth Chris.
Okay.
For her birthday. And this niggas was broke. Shout out to my nigga Herb Bennett. Shout out to Bam Bam. Shout out to Slim. Shout out to Shaquille Nurse. My nigga Shaq.
Yeah, that's my brother. I want to know, that's my cousin, bro.
Shout out to them because they bust on the bottle of Moet with me at the restaurant. That's how broke niggas was.
Right, okay. Damn, that's tough,
bust
though.
On the bottle of Moet with me.
Yeah.
Had the live band. They played the song and I proposed there May 30th. After that moment, that was a great moment, yo. Shout out to the moment. Shout out to love, Black Love.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
So we left that joint and you know, like I said, when it came to the wedding and making everybody happy, that's when I realized you can't make everybody happy. At that time, we were sharing one car, my Act Legend, my 91.
Oh, that's a call. That's a call too. Everybody wanted to act legend, boy.
And I had screen in that joint too.
Okay. The little Pioneer joints.
JVC was one.
Okay.
It was the first one. The first one that size with no buttons.
Okay.
It was all screen.
Yeah.
We were sharing that car. We're talking in June in New Mexico. I'm walking to the gate so she can pick me up because we only had one car. It's a couple. And you know, like June 7th came and we were walking to the gate. Man, fuck this shit. You know?
Yeah.
You need an ID card.
Yeah.
We talked about it and I'm like, we'll do a wedding like year 5.
Right.
Right now we need the benefits, the help. You know, at that time, you know, my fiance, I'm paying for her dental, her medical. I'm CM and staff. I ain't making no real paper.
Yeah.
So when you looked at what really mattered, the insurance, the benefits and shit, it's like, we gonna get married one of these days regardless. Right. Let's speed this motherfucker up so you can get on this TRICARE, get this ID card to pick it up from the office and not walking to the gate.
Yeah.
And when we did all that, it was like I said, you see May 30th to June 9th. So June 9th, 15th. Shit, I got off work like, let's just do this shit. Man, my pictures in uniform.
Yeah.
Uniform.
My joints in shorts.
Look, uniform, bro. Like, got off work like, yo, call your home girl. I'ma call man. We finna go ahead and do this. Like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm tired of waiting.
Right.
What we waiting for.
Yeah.
And it was just one of them.
And
you gotta have the witnesses.
And she was 100 like, let's do it.
Let's do it. Because ultimately we knew what it was. We knew at the end of the day it is what it is. We're gonna be together.
Right.
There's no need to prolong it.
You know the story you told me?
Look, we went and did it.
Oh, hell yeah, damn. I ain't even mad at you. So
left straight, left work.
The straight did. Yeah, you ain't waste no time.
Left work like, yo, it's over. Before we ended up, weddings and marriages, we gave you our story. I ain't gonna say it's for everybody.
No, it ain't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Bree planned the 5-year wedding, the 5th year, Jamaica. Something crazy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up. If y'all don't mind, excuse my phone. I don't like, on camera, but I wrote down the dates of what happened since we got married or why we never did
the wedding
ceremony. We might do it at year 10.
I think I should, bro, because I think year 10.
I gotta pay for it, bro.
Bro, we knew it was gonna happen. We knew that 10 years ago. We was gonna pay for it, bro. Like, cause I mean, at the end of the day, bro, we wanted to have something that resembles somewhat close to a wedding. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have the same effect from an actual wedding or having a 10-year wedding. Cause you already married 10 years. The wedding ain't gonna do nothing, but could give you that stereotype like that. Yeah, most people after having a wedding, they don't last that long. Like you said, the courthouse marriage lasts longer than the wedding marriage.
So she made this picture repost from 2014 before I went to Afghanistan. She surprised me in Florence. 2015 I was deployed. 2016 I was in recruiter school. 2017 we was going to Ohio.
Okay.
So we got married in 15. So we do 5 and 15, make it 2020. 2018, she was in basic training.
Mm-hmm.
2019, COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
2020 it was COVID-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Still was COVID.
Yeah.
So 2020 supposed to be our 5-year, go to Jamaica and do something.
Mm-hmm.
2021, she was pregnant.
Mm.
Did go to New Orleans for her birthday.
Shout out to Jayla Bud.
Yeah, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it. So you figure from 2014, because that's, I would say 13 when we got serious.
Mm-hmm.
2014, you know, our best picture on the beach was me, but you know, besides the little ones we took in between,
Yeah.
was me going away to go to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So every year up until to now, something came up. Work.
Mm-hmm.
Afghanistan, San Antonio for recruiter school, moving. She was in San Antonio, COVID, pregnant. So this summer I can try to make it right.
Okay. That's big
Before we
facts.
go, weddings and marriage.
Yep.
I didn't pull the facts up, but I knew this from when I used to coach people.
Coach what?
When I used to coach finances.
Okay. You still do that?
Yeah. But I'm just saying when I first started.
Okay.
I don't know. The numbers probably changed now with COVID. 7 out of 10 marriages fell because of money.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, this 7 out of 10 marriages fell because of the $30,000 of debt that they're in from the wedding. The average wedding costs anywhere from $25,000 to $40,000. Now, at this time in our life, even though tradition states that the fathers pay for it, it doesn't happen that way. So the people are paying for it, both couples.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen the post the other day. It was so heartbreaking that somebody and their husband put together all this money for the wedding, and half of the people that RSVP didn't show up,
Ooh.
and the other 25% left early.
And they still got to pay for that?
They rented out a building for 6 hours, and everybody left at 2.
Ooh.
Now they could be just lame.
You gotta cut them all. I'll cut. Man, oh my mama, I cut everybody up.
When
You
I
ain't my
went to
friends.
cousin wedding
Mhm.
back in September. Shout out to my cousin Tasha Anderson. Love you, cuz. When me and Bree went there,
Mhm.
thanks for inviting me, because my own.
My own family don't invite me to stuff. That's what he trying to say. Well, not her. I'm talking about the other
She's my
family.
second cousin.
Well, the second cousin, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out. Yeah.
Praying for forgiveness and grace. All right.
Amen.
Yeah. But shout out, thanks for inviting us. And we told them no at first because Bree was so pregnant, we thought she was gonna pop.
Yeah.
But then we realized she ain't pop yet. Like, yo, we on the way.
Yeah, yeah,
And we
yeah.
took the car seat, the
Yeah,
bags, and everything. Like,
just
the
in
baby
case,
was
yeah.
born in Bel Air, Maryland.
Yeah.
Her party was so lit
Right.
that we didn't want to go home.
Mm.
So maybe the people that wrote that post party was whack.
Yeah. Probably.
Shout out to Tasha. Shout out to Jim. Y'all wedding was fire. So with that being said, still the paper that was spent to make that happen.
Mm.
Damn, what the hell was I saying? Yeah, but her and Jim been together for years too.
Okay.
I don't know their financial situation, but
Right.
it ain't my business.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you guys, start now. If you meet the one you want and y'all don't have the financial means, even if y'all have the financial means to do it, I'm gonna tell you right now, and even my wife can attest to this. Hopefully, she comes on the show one day. Is it was a lot easier to take that $20,000 and build into assets than it was to have a wedding.
And being dead.
Because at your wedding, majority of the people there, with the exception of a few, is probably gonna be betting that you're not gonna make it. They probably think your girl is ugly or you are ugly. They probably feel like this wedding wasn't good enough for them. There's so many
haters, bro. Like,
people. Some people come only to see you lose.
you know what I'm
Some
saying?
people that are around you are with you, but they're not clapping for you. And you gotta understand that. That's anything in life, not just a wedding. But the wedding is the biggest venue. But back to weddings and management, and I know we went deep, and that's what we normally do at the Hustle Lounge.
Yeah.
Just sit here.
Hey, man, like, comment, subscribe, man.
Looking, with the exception of me checking my phone because my daughter might need something, we don't have a script, baby.
Yeah.
Just chopping it
Yeah.
up.